Hello friends, and welcome back to another East German military stuff video. It's been quite a while since the last one. I haven't really been gone anywhere, it's just been quite busy, but I thought I'd get back to you with a very interesting item, or actually the favorite item from my humble collection of East German stuff. If you haven't recognized it yet, well, the video title probably tells it, but this is the early model of East German military gas mask haversack or pouch. It's my favorite item from my collection because not only is it in excellent condition, but it also has, to my knowledge, all of the contents that it came with. So when you do see these in the internet, you don't see them very often at all, but when you do, they are usually in very worn condition, and usually they don't have any of the contents. So this came to me from German eBay again. It came with all the contents, so I thought I would show you not only the haversack pouch itself, I will show you all the contents that are included. The NVA, when it was formed in 1956, to my knowledge, in the beginning they used only Soviet-made gas mask carriers, pouches, and of course the gas masks themselves were Soviet-made. Starting in perhaps late 1950s, beginning of 1960s, they started to produce this gas mask pouch by themselves. I don't know why that was, why they decided to make the sacks themselves, but yeah, they kept doing this until the end of DDR, so they would buy the masks from the Soviet Union and later on from Czechoslovakia, but then they would create the haversacks and some other items themselves in the DDR. And this is actually, as you will soon see, this is an MdI marked, so that's Ministerium der Innen, Interior Ministry. But as far as I know, the NVA, East German military, used this as well. Perhaps the most famous or infamous event where this was used was the building of the Berlin Wall. There are several pictures where you can see this exact model of gas mask bag being carried by the soldiers, MdI soldiers, who are guarding the construction of the early edition of the infamous Berlin Wall. But yeah, I think that's enough babbling. Let's show you the contents. So I think, yeah, I will unpack this and we'll go through the items one by one. At the front we have this wooden toggle which we have to open with the letter tongue there. So maybe we'll go through the less interesting items, in my opinion, first. So we have the gas mask hose here, which is the early model with the canvas coating. I think I'm not sure when it changed, but later on this was just like black rubber, bare black rubber. And yeah, this is Soviet made. Sorry for all the banging. So we have what is, to my knowledge, pretty normal Soviet SCH SM41M gas mask, or Schlem, I think it's like sort of called. So yeah, Soviet made. Maybe a bit interesting that this frontal piece here is like this very dark green paint. I think usually they are more like this yellowish green paint, at least later on. We have size marking 2 here, and other markings there, and 95-59F-7. If someone knows more about these masks, let me know, because does that mean this is from 1959? I'm not sure. Yeah, it's interesting that there is an F here, because I mean Soviet Union used, of course, the Cyrillic alphabet, so is this actually Soviet? Yeah, gas masks are not my forte, so if you know more about this, please let me know. Then we have the gas mask filter, which has the umlaut U letter here and B, UB. To me that would sort of signal that this is German made, because I believe the German word for exercise is Übung, So maybe this is like an exercise filter. But again, this is just my guesswork. Please let me know in the comments if you know more about these gas masks, like what does that mean. I've seen the Soviet filters and they are like a bit more, they aren't this like lozenges, they are like more like, they have proper corners instead of this round shape. But yeah, in the front we have stamping 13-60 and then 64. And perhaps the most interesting stamps are though here in the bottom. So we have at the top 9.-1960, so that would to me signal that this is from September 1960. Either this is manufactured then or this has been inspected then. Then we have 56525, probably some kind of just running production number, I suppose. And I had to check off camera what the bottom one is. It's a G36, doesn't mean anything really to me. Maybe some kind of inspection stamp. And at the bottom we have this rubber stopper here that's just sealing the bottom, and there's this cap at the top. And yeah, a lot of these Eastern Bloc filters, they have asbestos in them, so please do not like actually use these, like put the hose in here and the gas mask and then wear it, because yeah, you could get a nasty case of asbestos in your lungs. This seems pretty solid, like I don't hear anything moving around inside here, so this should be still okay, and there's not really any rust in this, so yeah, this should still be at least safe to handle like this. Then like other Soviet style gas mask bags, we have this tiny pocket here in the middle, which has this spare clear plastic lenses for the gas mask. I think these are like basically just to protect the glass itself here. They are like in this paper inside, and I think this is Soviet made as well. I think later on these are like painted with the same kind of paint that's on the gas mask and the filter. But yeah, this is just bare brass to my eye. Yeah, it's been sealed with this tape. So yeah. And then my personal favorite item that came with the bag. It's a, I mean, it doesn't look like much at first. I mean, it's just like a brush, like a almost like a paintbrush with like these old school animal hairs at the end. But then it actually has a stamp. Like, that's so cool in my opinion. You can sort of make it out. Well, you can make it out. That's it says für Schutzmasken, or for protective masks, so for gas masks, and that's clear proof that this is actually for the gas mask. So yeah, this is for cleaning the lenses, I suppose. And I had no idea that these gas mask bags used to come with this item. I have never seen it anywhere, but yeah, I mean, this came inside the bag when I got this, and it has this stamp. So yeah, I don't know if I'm just fortunate that I got like some rare individual bag where it happens to be included, or is this like commonly included. But yeah, never seen this anywhere else. And it also has like a stamp of half an inch. Again, not my expertise. It's probably some kind of reference to the size of the brush. Maybe something. If you know more about this, please let me know. But yeah, a clear stamp there. That's für Schutzmasken, for protective masks. And then the sack, pouch, whatever you want to call it itself. So yeah, it's made from cotton fabric. It's not rubberized from the interior at all, like they would later on. You can, when you're looking at this and handling, you can see that even though like the protective equipment in the DDR wasn't like top notch at any point, but at least they improved the bag later on somewhat. So yeah, they would like rubberize the bag so it wouldn't like collect the contaminant, all the contaminants so easily, because yeah, this is just cotton, so this will soak up any nasty material. This leather thong here in the front wouldn't last for very long. It would be after this, the next version of the bag was the Flachentarn, Blumentarn bag, of which I have actually already made a video, so check the channel if you want to see that. Yeah, they would cut out all the leather pieces. This wooden toggle would stay for quite a while for the closure mechanism, like until maybe early 70s at least. We have the shoulder strap, which is narrower than what would be on the later models of the pouch. It would get wider, probably just so it would be more comfortable to carry, because yeah, this is quite narrow. And we have the waist strap, which is like this very pale fabric, very pale cotton fabric that really stands out from the others. Like it's a different color, different shade than the shoulder strap. But yeah, this is I think later on this buckle here is like a bit different shape, and so this and the buckle, what's called like the closure thing, like it will be more rounded, whereas this has like sharp corners here in the middle here. And yeah, normally you should be able to open this closure thing, but it's kind of stuck, so I'm not gonna dare to push it by force and perhaps break it. So there's no rust on it, but yeah, you can tell it's like just worn, and yeah, it's old. So yeah, I don't wanna break anything, because it's in such a nice condition otherwise. And yeah, you can sort of see that the D ring is like oversized for this loop here. So yeah, overall the construction quality is good, but you can tell that this was sort of maybe hastily designed, and not so much thought was put into it. Just it's mostly been copied from the Soviet bag of 1950s era. And of course, in this version of the bag, there's no side pocket for the decontamination kit. That would only come later on in the later half of 1960s. But yeah, here on the side we have another Soviet style detail. So we have this wooden name tag here, where people would write their names so they could identify which bag belongs to them. And this one is actually marked, even though this bag and all the contents are in great condition. Apparently this was issued to someone called Werner Bessle must be the last name. That's like the German double S letter. It's if you don't know German, that might kind of seem weird, and you would think that says like Beble, but yeah, it doesn't make sense. I'm pretty sure it's Bessle, though it's a bit weird because the B is capital and the E is like small, and then this double S is like I presume it is double S. And then we have L, which is like a capital style L, and then we have another E, which is like normal. So yeah, a bit weird way to write your name, or weird handwriting, but yeah, I think it's Werner Bessle. If you happen to know who that is, like let me. It would be amusing to actually hear it, find out the person, like how did they serve in the East German military, though considering that this bag is from very early 1960s, that would mean that the person is in their late 80s at this point, I would think, or late 70s or let's presume that he would have served at around 20 years old, so he would be born in 1940, so yeah, he would be in his mid to late 80s by now. So yeah, I would be surprised if Mr. Bessle is still among us. Yeah. Inside the flap here we have the only stamp of the bag, which is MdI, Ministerium der Innen. Unfortunately, no year stamp. Oh, sorry, it is not the only stamp. There is also this stamp 21 here, but that doesn't tell us much. And interesting detail that the wooden name tag is actually like attached with these strings, and they like loop around here in the back. So yeah, cool. Yeah, I just did like one last check to confirm that there are no other stamps in the bag, which I would have made a fool of myself if there would have been some more stamps here. But yeah, unfortunately no more stamps in the bag itself, so only this MdI and 21. So, but I think it's pretty clear that this is from early 1960s, just based on all the other contents, and well, because this particular bag model only appears in pictures from early 60s, because then later on in 1960s they would start to issue the decontamination kit, and yeah, then that's when the Blumenthal or Flachenthal gas mask bags start to appear. Just to show you some evidence of where you can see this bag, you can find some pictures in the internet of NVA soldiers carrying the bag, but yeah, here's from the Handbuch für Mordschützen 1963 edition, so the first edition, where you can see this illustration of a soldier who's in guard duty gear, and yeah, you can see him wearing the gas mask back there. Pretty clear that it's this model because the fabric is like really pale here in contrast to everything else. And you can see also the shoulder strap and the waist strap, they are both like this. Well, especially the shoulder strap, it's like this narrow model, which is, yeah, which is quite different from the later one, which is clearly more wider. And this buckle is also much wider and narrower in later versions of the bag. And still in another edition, the second edition of Handbuch für Mordschützen, this one is from 1966. You can see it in these illustrations of soldiers in different gear, like for the rifle squad, like what equipment they would wear. So we have the MPI Schütze here, so, like a submachine gunner literally, but like just a rifleman basically. And you can see him wearing still this type of gas mask bag with the narrow shoulder strap. And interestingly, I think this soldier is wearing like a very early Strichtan uniform, or at least because I cannot see like the pattern at all. I think he has like a Strichtan canteen as well, but then he has a Blumenthal AK-47 gas mask. Magazine pouch. Also the AK-47 bayonet, which you don't see very often in these pictures. In the next page you actually see the rest of the squad's members, what they carry, and in each illustration you can also see, it's a bit harder to see from some of these pictures, but in each one of these the soldier is wearing the same model of gas mask bag. This was produced from perhaps late 1950s until early 1960s. The Blumenthal and Flachenthal gas mask bags start to be produced in 1963. So yeah, this didn't last for very long, but yeah, you can see it in the early pictures of NVA soldiers in Blumenthal, Flachenthal gear, and that's why I find this particular gas mask bag very interesting, because it's like DDR production and it's in the very early pictures of NVA in Blumenthal uniforms, and it's very hard to find this, and it was like one of these classic cases of eBay finds that I think the pictures, like the first picture of this eBay listing was like pretty unclear what it is, just like picture of the bag, and the seller probably didn't really know. And like, of course, he knew that this is like gas mask bag and so on, but he didn't realize just like how rare this is. And yeah, I have never seen actually another bag like this with the contents for sale anywhere. So yeah, that's why this is my favorite item of my tiny little collection. Alright, if you watched all the way here, thank you very much for watching. Please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I promise this won't be the last video. I still have plenty of items to go through. Thank you for watching again, and I will see you in the next one.